Good afternoon, Leoland. This is Eric.
And Leah.
And we are back once again in the studio. Happy Tuesday afternoon. It is a cold one out there, 59 degrees currently. Awfully chilly, but hopefully it warms up again before the weekend. It's getting close to April, so Florida should be getting warm right now.
Yeah.
Not okay with this weather.
It's supposed to get back up to 80 by, I want to say, Saturday.
Okay.
So hopefully that happens.
And that's good news. But right now, it is cold out. We're both in the studio with jackets on and quite brisk out. That song you just heard was Vampire Weekend, a new one from their new album coming out May 16th. And so we're going to go ahead and play the rest of the song at the end of this episode. So stick around and you'll hear the whole song. We have a lot going on today. We have a poem. I still haven't brought my poem in, but today was the day, so I brought it in, and so I have to share that. And then Leah has a new song, or has a song to play, and then we'll play the other Vampire Weekend. And then sporadically throughout, we'll talk about various things going on at St. Leo. So, Leo, what is going on at St. Leo?
Besides the cold, actually, there's a lot of things coming up. There is a faculty choir concert coming up. I want to say that's like next week. Still got a little time for that. There is an art show, which I'm kind of excited about because it's by Yankel Ginsberg. Hopefully I pronounced that right. And we have a lot of his artwork on campus, but they've collected it all and are displaying it on the 4th floor of the business building. And students will be able to go and eat some little snacks, and the artist will be there. So he'll be talking a little bit about his work, and it's called Concrete Garden because the 4th floor is unfinished, and a lot of his artwork is flowers. So I'd like to go to that.
Interesting. I hadn't heard anything about that. That sounds like fun.
Yeah, we just got an email about it today, so I was like, oh, okay, cool. I think this morning. And just, a lot of the end of the year stuff coming up here.
Yeah, this weekend, there doesn't seem to be a whole lot with Easter break occurring because we have Friday off because of Good Friday, and then we're going to Easter. But I know the following weekend there also is the Color Run, which are you doing the Color Run? I am not, but I have heard about it. I think a bunch of my sorority sisters.
Why
are you not?
Well, first of all, we know that I'm not very good at running.
It's only a 3K.
See, okay, yeah, I saw that, but I don't even really know how long that,
not
how many
quite
miles
2
is
miles.
That? Oh, that's not very bad.
And you don't have to run the whole thing. You don't have to run any of it if you choose not to. So I think you should. Do you have other plans for that weekend? It is alumni weekend.
I believe I'm doing something. I know that Rock Against Cancer is that weekend. Do you know about that?
I do not. What do I need to know about Rock Against Cancer?
Well, a sorority on campus, Theta Phi Alpha, puts it on every year, and they have bands come and play, and they raise money for, I want to say it's called, I'm Too Young for This. Do you know that organization? It's related to cancer and youths with cancer.
I am not familiar with that.
Okay. It's a cool event that they do. Good music. And we're actually going to have some kids from Leo come on our show on Thursday and play. And they're one of the groups that are going to be playing at Rock Against Cancer.
Really?
Yeah.
That's kind of exciting.
Yeah, I'm excited.
So they're going to be here in the studio on Thursday?
Yes.
All right.
Yeah, they're very excited, and I'm excited that we finally have some live music coming in.
Yeah, we've been promising, and now we're about to deliver.
Yeah, it's been hard. A lot of people have classes during this time, unfortunately. So I've had some trouble getting people in here. But yeah, they're going to come and play, and I jammed with them last night. They're good, so I'm excited.
That's good news.
Yeah. And there's something else going on that weekend. Oh, did you get invited to that, well, I think all juniors and seniors that are business majors got invited. But there's a reception in the business building with alumni.
Yes.
To network on Saturday the 6th.
I did get an invitation. I haven't decided. I saw that. It's still in my inbox. I haven't decided.
Yeah, I wrote it down. I'm doing some community service that day, so I think it's going to depend on how beat I am.
Mm-hmm.
But I thought that was nice. They're offering that.
Yeah, it could be fun.
Unfortunately, I feel like you meet a lot of people from Florida, and although that's nice, I just need to make connections in the correct geographic area.
That is one thing about not going to school where you would like to end up.
Yeah.
You don't make quite the same connections.
They don't tell you that when you're picking colleges. They're like, yeah, go somewhere away from home. It's a great experience, which is very true.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, you have to do a little bit more work when you want to get integrated back into your area.
I would agree. What are your Easter plans?
I am going to Homosassa Springs. Do you know where that is?
What's it called?
Homosassa.
I feel like that's two funny words in one. Like Homoassa?
Homossassa, I think.
Sassa. Not okay.
What did you think I said?
Homoassa.
Homoassa?
No, homoassa.
Okay, I get it.
No, that's what I was confused. I do not know where that is. And why?
Homosassa Springs. It's where my great aunt and uncle live.
Oh, so you're going to visit with family.
Yes.
Well, that's nice.
Yeah, and I'm staying here on campus for part of the weekend. My big is coming to visit, so I'm excited to see her, and I made sure that everyone stayed around for Friday so we can all do some family line activities.
Oh.
Yeah, there'll be 6 of us, which that never happens.
I guess if that was a sorority, if I was in a sorority fraternity, I would be more excited about this.
Well, it's because usually you might have your big and your little around while you're in college, but we're all very close in age, and so there's 5 of us currently on campus. That just doesn't happen very often, so it's pretty cool that Amanda will be joining us and we'll get to hang out. So, yeah.
Well, I'm assuming that when you're saying big and little, you're talking about they're your friends. So if that's the case, then I'm excited for you.
Yes.
Because it's always nice to have old friends come back.
Yes, yeah.
So, good. Should be fun.
What are you going to do for Easter?
I am going to Orlando to spend the weekend with my aunt and uncle.
Okay, good.
Yes, and they have some young tykes that we'll be able to do. We do the Easter egg hunt and all of that stuff.
Oh, cute.
And so it is a lot of fun. And last year they hid some eggs for me to find as well, and so I get to partake in it. So they're a good bunch of people. They're nice. So that'll be a good Easter. I'm looking forward to that. And then from there, it's going to be all downhill to graduation.
Yeah. Yeah, it's getting pretty busy here.
Yes. And other news, have you been paying attention at all to college basketball or no?
Take a wild guess.
Well, it's kind of like the Super Bowl, which I guess you didn't really know about the Super Bowl either.
What day is that on again?
Because March Madness is kind of like, it's a nationwide event. There's just a whole lot of college basketball. You understand, at least to some extent, like the brackets thing.
Yeah, we used to have to pick who we thought. I picked based on, what name I thought was the coolest.
Yeah, exactly. And that's why And it's really exciting. Florida Gulf Coast, which is a 15 seed, has made it to the Sweet 16.
Wow.
And that's never happened before. And so for them to be a Florida school that I have competed against in cross country, it's kind of exciting to see them doing so well. And then Florida is also in it, and so is Miami still. So they're all
wow.
3 of the top 16 schools are from Florida.
Now, I don't understand. Like, is it only Division I, or how does that work?
Yes, it's only Division I schools.
Okay.
And the top 64 or 68 teams are picked to be in this tournament.
So how did you run against
We compete.
D1?
Several of our cross country meets we run against Division I schools.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that happened.
Yeah. Especially in sports like golf and cross country, where they're kind of, you compete against multiple teams at once. It's not uncommon to compete against Division I schools, because I ran against UCF and USF and Florida and Florida State and Michigan and Florida Gulf Coast. So I'm excited. I'm pulling for them because not a lot of people had heard of them before the tournament, but now their merchandise sales has gone up 1,000% since the start of the tournament.
Wow!
Because no one had heard of them, and now look, they're in the Sweet 16. So I think they play Thursday night. So it'll be interesting to see how that turns out.
Now, what happened with our basketball team? They made it pretty far. I don't know what happened. I saw some emails saying how good they were doing, and then I haven't heard anything. So what's going on?
Well, because you participate in a conference tournament, and they lost in the conference tournament, but I believe they won regular season champions. So they were regular season conference champions, but they did not win the tournament. And then they come back for like regional play, and they made it. I think they won 2 games and then lost in regionals. And so I think if they would have won one more, then they do a similar bracket type tournament. But they didn't make it that far, is my understanding. So
still pretty cool though.
Yeah, they had a good season.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if we had talked about it on the show, but when President Kirk talked to us at our last athletic banquet, he stated that this is the best athletic year that we have had in St. Leo history, as far as complete record and like different sports places in our conference and all of that. So it's an exciting year for St. Leo athletics.
Definitely.
Yes.
So do you know about anything else new going on?
Other big news that's been around campus, we have we had alumni they're working on Vision 2017 for St. Leo. And so they had alumni, and they just had it's kind of a focus group that they had selected to come out and talk about what they're hoping to see from St. Leo. And one of the big things that they were talking about is a new gymnasium, because that definitely, when driving into St. Leo, is definitely probably the most unattractive point, I would say, because you drive directly into campus and you see this beautiful business building, a 4-story state-of-the-art business building. You take a right, and Lewis and Crawford are old, but they're not like eyesores. But then as you drive, you see this tin can where our basketball gymnasium is, and that's kind of, I guess, dilapidated. So I think they're working on that. That's one of the big 2017 things. And they've also been discussing really kind of a developing concern for college students, is that there's no places for social gathering that are in a walkable distance, or because they're fearing that as it grows, just people who want to go out and drink, that they have to drive at least 20 minutes any direction.
Yep, or walk, and then you have drunk people walking on the road, which isn't
right, because there's no sidewalks.
Yeah, and people do that a lot. They walk home from Ralph's. I know a lot of people that get a ride to Ralph's, and then they walk home. And on the roads here, it's probably not the best.
Right.
Safety.
And so I don't know because there's discussion about putting in or trying to renovate like the Abbey, try to get them to kind of open up to allow students to go hang out. Because that's
across the street,
because that used to be a huge hangout place.
Yeah.
Where there's live music and everything, and now that it's nothing, it's not even open. Yeah. They don't
want us to go home.
And so I thought those were both kind of interesting topics to...
Yeah. Well, and along with that, I know that they're planning to redo Crawford. I don't know, I believe before 2017. So that's another building that they're gonna...
Well, the Vision 2017 is saying to be completed by 2017. So I don't know if that...
I think Crawford's gonna be redone in the next couple of years, from my understanding.
Last I had understood is that it's gonna be torn down. And that
a new building.
Build
but it's gonna be in the same place, I think.
Yes.
Right? Yeah. That's what I mean.
Yeah.
And they're also planning on sticking the music building where the old admissions is, right when you come into the school, and getting rid of that music trailer.
So putting
would be great. And they're going to do that over the summer, I believe.
Well, that's interesting.
Yeah, because the admissions is actually 2 floors. Like, it doesn't look like it, but there's a whole basement area.
You're talking about across from security.
Yeah. Yes.
Interesting. Mm-hmm. And that just is not it's an odd place to put a music...
it's weird, but it is so much better than what we've had. So
that's true.
Yeah, like it is kind of it's a little, it's a little strange. But from my understanding, they're going to be doing some renovation to make it more functional as a music building than just kind of like, oh, let's just throw it in here. They're going to make it more functional, but that'll be better than having the music trailer.
Well, hopefully St. Leo continues to make improvements. I know it's sad that we're leaving and we don't get experience all of it, but it's still nice to see that they're going on an upward trend instead of on a downward trend.
Yeah, we have and there's been so much new stuff since we've gotten here. A lot of new buildings and things. I just hope they get a theater soon. I would love that.
They definitely need a theater because Selby is not...
stinks.
It's not, the purpose for it is not to be a theater.
Right. It's a lecture hall.
It's
and
a
it's
small
great
lecture
for
hall.
lectures, but and I've been to a lot of lectures in there, but as far as performances, it's just the acoustics, the way that room is set up for lighting and stuff is just not what you want for a performance space. So I would love for them to put in a performance space soon. That'd be great. If they did a project on that, I would donate money.
If you had money.
I have some money.
How much money would you donate?
Right now?
Yeah.
Right now, but I'm talking about like in a year from now. When
oh, really? So you would be, okay.
Yeah. Right now, I need to pay off my student loans, but...
And that's kind of how I am. I was surprised that you...
But that's how much I want it. That's what I'm saying. Like, if they were like, donate money to business school, I'd be like, no.
Because they already have a business.
Because they have all this stuff that is, like, crazy fancy. But if it was, for the arts, I would be like, here, yes. Let me help you advertise. Because I'd love for them to get, some more monetary support.
Mm-hmm.
It'd be good.
Well, yeah. And that's something that I think will continue to develop as well.
Yeah.
Because I think that they had a musical last weekend.
They did.
That I think was very successful.
Mm-hmm.
Because I know it was all sold out.
Yeah, a lot of people came on Friday. I went on Friday. It was a good crowd. And
I attempted to go on Friday and I didn't get in.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
So I tried to be supportive.
Yeah, it was very full on Friday. And then, unfortunately, there was a storm on Sunday, so they had low attendance, I think, to that show. But it was, ridiculous outside. So
yeah,
that's just unfortunate. But, yeah, they did a really good job, coming up with an original work. And students put it together. So I always think that's just very commendable.
Well, it's very impressive.
Yeah, it's hard to do things without some older support behind you.
No, but it's good. That's how college production should be working. And speaking of college work, I have my poem.
Oh, yeah.
That I would like to share. It's been a long time. I promised you that I was going to bring it in several times, and I still haven't. This I wrote my sophomore year for an honors class. We had to write a type of poem. It might be prose. I don't know. I don't know the type of poem.
Prose is like writing. Although there is a prose poem, and I don't know.
It's a type, and there's a certain type of format. I'm pretty sure this was supposed to be.
Is there a rhyming scheme?
It's like A B C B. A B C B. So like the second and fourth lines rhyme, and then the last two rhyme.
Did you just hear my stomach in the microphone?
I did not. And so I guess I'll just go ahead and read it. This is sophomore year. I was younger back then, and
of here or of
sophomore year of college.
Oh, okay.
And a kind of a background. I was sometimes infatuated with females, and so that's kind of what led me to this.
All right.
I'm finished eating when I see her. It is destiny, the girl of my dreams. As full as I am, my stomach still stirs, and she walks toward the machine of ice creams. Her vanilla skin seems so delicious. Her sweet creme brulee hair is straightened down. It looks so caramelized and so luscious. I begin to freeze and can't make a sound. In Caramel Sutra, she must be wise. Smoothly she walks by me holding a cone. Something so scrumptious must come from the skies. A look to me, and I melt to the bone. I'm sure to her I am just plain ice cream, but to me she is my Americone dream.
That was very clever.
Combined two of my loves in that, or two of my passions, which would be ice cream and ladies. So
women and ice cream. How can it get better?
And yeah, so I mean, I'm proud of that.
Nice. What did you do that for a class?
Yes.
What class was it?
Honors 250.
What is that? Like your English?
Yeah.
Okay.
It was with Dr. Stasio and kind of Renaissance era English. Cool. So yeah. So there you go. Nice. The long-awaited poem has been read.
I'm glad I finally got to hear it.
Mm-hmm. But enough sharing from me for now. You have a song that...
I do.
Can you give us a little background information and play it for us?
Okay. So, we know that I'm a fan of Macklemore.
Mm-hmm.
And lately he's been interviewed a lot. And when I was first a fan, it was really easy to keep up with his interviews and stuff because there weren't very many of them. So I'd check out stuff, and I'd pretty much seen everything. But now he's getting interviewed all the time, and they're really good interviews, and it's kind of cool. So I watch one every once in a while. And he did this interview with Nardwuar. Have you heard of this guy?
I don't think so.
He's pretty funny. I don't know if he's on a radio show or he just does his own thing, or I don't really know. But he interviewed Macklemore and Ryan Lewis, and it seems like to me that he gives his guests all these records when he interviews them. And then he's like, why would I give you this record? Tell me the background story behind this record. So it was very cool because it was about, who inspired them and who they really like to listen to. And so one of the records he gave to them was Hieroglyphics. And they're from the West Coast, from Oakland in California. So I was like, oh yeah, I should check some of this out and play some old school.
So did Macklemore know who it was?
Oh yeah, he's a big fan.
Okay.
So and he's he's rapped about hieroglyphics before. Like, I'd heard of them before because in one of his raps, like, he does that a lot where he'll mention other West Coast artists, which is cool because then I go and look them up and see what they're about. So I found You Never Knew by Hieroglyphics, and I like it. It's like, it just reminds me of 90s rap, and it's pretty clean cut and catchy.
All right.
So this is Hieroglyphics with You Never Knew.
It's like that in a hieroglyphics, yeah. 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 It's like that in a hieroglyphics, yeah.
Pyro, y'all. It's not a wrong thing to be addicted to the microphone like a heroin fiend. I'll tell you one thing, you never catch me fronting as I proceed to give the people what they want. You making some green, but not for glamour or fashion. I'm stacking cash until I can get moms a mansion. All from rapping. Nah, man, there's many plans like investing in land. It started all from impressing the fans with brand new flows. And you know, all the way from gangster clones to weirdos, who's use those. But we ain't tripping, give respect when you see this. You need us or your rap's underdeveloped like a fetus.
Those that know not those, and it shows when we broke out the knock, who's hopped out they clothes. That's positive feedback. Yup, the pros are poised. We never pose, you'll never know. From 93 till infinity, we've been inventive. Creating the bump is our only incentive, and it's been a long time since I feel I've been felt. But the only thing I fear is fear itself. So you know what we got to do? Maybe could we keep it within the groove like it should be? Never giving out, we living out our dreams. If it's something I can't live without, that's my team, you never knew.
Hieroglyphics, hip-hop is vintage. Underground like silos, launching long-range ballistics. World renowned, we groundbreaking. Musical boundaries, running circles around MCs.
It's like that in a hieroglyphics, yeah. 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 It's like
Yeah, been rhyming for more than a decade. On to the next stage, while MCs need aid. Stay paid, I'm still grade A. None of that tomfoolery, as you can see, that is shit nothing new to me. Utterly hovering over other things material. You stuck in the here and now, but you're sweating profusely. Here's a towel. Your fears are now reality when I take your dream states and elaborate on how your team's fake. Like phony IDs, but sometimes I feel like only I see through the charade you made in today. But hey, tomorrow is played, and then they got a new fool in your place to be okay.
Hieroglyphics, hip-hop is vintage, invented in days back, rekindling ways that many thought was lost. In this contemporary maze of methods to floss, we find in trees and trails to blaze, boundaries to cross. We can be found beyond the bounds of reason, or earthbound, heating up the Coliseum.
They rush the stage full throttle in Chicago. Our brains interlock. We're faking MCs get caught with the 40 bottle or get they change snatched pronto. We unstoppable, dropping flows in Toronto, maneuvering through Vancouver and on to Japan, where they put major grands in my hand. Follow.
Straight from the heart, we set apart from the rest. Our perfection on the microphone was predestined. World renowned, we groundbreaking. Musical boundaries, running circles around MCs.
It's like that in a hieroglyphics, yeah. 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 It's like that in a hieroglyphics, yeah.
All right, so that was Hieroglyphics with You Never Knew out of Oakland, California. How you doing over there, Eric?
I'm doing well. I don't know. I mean, I thought it was good. I'm not a huge fan of hip hop, I guess.
I know you aren't. Oh, yeah, we haven't played one in a while.
So that was not
so
my favorite, but I know you enjoy it a lot, so.
It's kind of a chill song.
But it's still rap. I just don't see, and I know people would be very upset, but I just don't see that it's the same amount of talent as singers. I don't know. I think if you compare that song with other music, I just don't quite see it. It's just because you don't have near the instrumental generally.
Well, I think 90s rap is, it's very different from
But
a lot
even
of
today's rap, most of it is not.
There's a lot of like track layering and stuff like that. That's hard.
Well, I don't know. And that's my personal bias, I guess. I don't know. And I'm nothing against rappers.
Well, and rap isn't about like, I don't know, the intricacy of,
no, it's not.
It's about anyone being able to, pick up some equipment and make it themselves. Like, that's where it came out of, people being able to just pick it up and do it, not going to, school and learning. And so I think, it's different.
I don't know.
In that sense.
I feel like I like my music to accompany certain aspects of my life. And I feel like rap music doesn't really fit into my life. I don't know. The music
that makes sense.
The music I select or to listen to would, if I was to put a soundtrack to my life, I would have certain songs like techno music is for, or like, the electronic type stuff that fits in when you're, I don't know, like Friday and Saturday nights when you're cruising or going out, and then country music's for when I do country things. Alternative slow music is when I'm like chill.
Do you have any rap song that you like?
I don't know. I would say I really liked Where's the Love by Black Eyed Peas, but I don't know if that would constitute as rap.
Yeah, I think so.
And
that is a good song.
But that's and see, I would much prefer, I am okay with clever rap, I guess.
Yeah.
And that's where Macklemore, I know, can kind of fit in.
Yeah.
But like, I really enjoy Childish Gambino, who is a clever.
He has some really like interesting lyrics.
And then political rap, I'm okay with that too.
Socially conscious rap.
Yeah, because
really
I feel like it fits in more. I just don't.
Yeah. Yeah, I really like some of the like socially conscious stuff because it's just, stuff that most people are singing like love songs and things, and so you just don't like hear that very much.
Yeah, and Flowbots is another rap group that raps about.
What's one of their popular songs? I feel like I know them.
They did Handlebars. That was kind of their big song, but that was the least, probably my least favorite. Yeah.
Handlebars. Yeah, I remember that one.
So, but yeah, it was a good mix, a good change up from our general music taste.
Yeah, that's what I was going for. Well, I think we better get going. But shall I finish out with a Vampire Weekend song?
Yes, and this song is from their new album. It's from Vampire Weekend's new song. It's called Diane Young, and their new album is called Modern Vampires of the City. I was not a fan at all of Vampire Weekend. When I first had heard their music, I had their first 2 albums and just couldn't really get into it. But I was persuaded to go to a concert, and I saw them in concert, and they were one of the most enjoyable bands in concert that I've seen. Sounded incredible. It really had the audience involved, and I just kind of really, really started to like them after that. And so now I'm excited. They have a new album coming out, and I'm hoping to see them again. So if you don't necessarily really enjoy the song, I want you to go to a concert and experience, because I think they're one of those bands that it's just
better live.
Incredible live. Yeah.
I like when artists are better live.
Mm-hmm.
That's just like, to be better live than I just think that's so cool, because they've done something like visual with it, and usually like the people that are better live, just you can see their energy, and I love that.
And I'm sure for musicians though, if they had to choose, they would choose the opposite, because I don't think there's near as much money made when they're better live. Or do you think that is? Do you think that they make more money from concerts or from music sales? Because I know they don't make a lot of sales, but I bet...
I think they make more more money from being good recorded.
And that's what I would guess.
Because look at like Taylor Swift. People all the time are saying how she's not good live, and yet she makes a ton of money.
Exactly.
So.
Yeah, but I don't know. I think that if you get the opportunity, you should check out Vampire Weekend.
Yeah, definitely.
And this song is called Diane Young, so it's going to take us out for today's episode, and we will talk to you all again on Thursday. We'll be back Thursday. But for now, so long, Leoland.
See you later.
You toss aside like a pile of leaves. I'm gonna find some better weeds. 4 or 5 meter run around the bend when the government may just surround you again. If dying young won't change your mind, baby, 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 right on time. Out of control, but you're playing a role. You think you can go to the 18th hole, or will you flip flop the day of the championship? Try to go it alone or you're wrong for a bit. If dying young won't change your mind, baby, 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 right on time. Baby, 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 right on. Baby, 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 right on. It's lifetime, baby, 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 right on time, 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 baby, 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 right on time. You got the luck of a Kennedy, so grab the wheel, keep on holding it tight till you're tired of running off and that good night. Dying young won't change your mind, baby, 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 right on, baby, 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 right on, baby, 88, you light on, baby, 88, lifetime, baby, 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 right on time, 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 baby, 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 right on time.